Rebecca McDaniel.
I'm Bridget.
And I'm Nicole.
And today we're going to show you how to groom and bathe a ceramic chicken. And the way you bathe a ceramic chicken, you can also bathe any kind of chicken as well. So generally I start by trimming their nails. So what you do is you roll them on their back, and generally it's easier when you have help. And you use dog clippers, dog nails clippers, like you can get at like a at your pet supply store. And you just trim the tips and try not to quick their quicks. And just trim until it looks like you've cut enough off. And generally you want to leave enough so that they can still scratch around and be chickens. Okay. And then you do that. And then you, if they're still sharp after that, you can take a little file and file off the tips. And sometimes I do that with the rooster spurs. I trim the very tip of it off, and then I use the file and file it off. File a little bit of it off. And then another thing we do, and how you bathe them is, I use the baby no tear soap, and I found that the moisturizer one is the best. What do y'all use?
We use for the bigger layer, like with the barred rock, everything, we use Dawn dish soap and just make sure you avoid their eyes. But with the little birds, we do use baby soap.
And all you do is you get the bird completely wet up to the head, and you don't wash their head because that can hurt them. And then you take the soap in your hand and you roll it through their feathers, and then you want to do it on their underneath side too. And you can put it on their feet too. And I generally use a toothbrush to scrub it off, the mud off. And do y'all do anything else for the bathing? Oh, goodness.
Well, depending on what sort of breed it is, like I have Polish, so what I do is, depending on what breed, you can blow dry your birds after you do that, and that just gets them a little bit more fluffy and gets their down a little smoother, and they feather out quicker depending on how long of a time you have before a show.
And some of the other things I do is I use shoshin to make their feathers look prettier and shinier. So I just have a regular old rag. You can use a cut up old t-shirt or something like that. And then you just spray the shoshin directly onto it. And then you kind of rub the cloth, and you just rub it across their feathers.
We also, and you can get the shoshin at, well, we got it at, I do believe, a feed store, and you can either get this sort of shoshin, or there's one that comes in a bottle, and that's just to shake it and you spray it on. It only needs about 5 minutes to settle, and that's something you put on like when you're at the show. Versus this is when you put it on at bath time, so they can preen it and get it into their feathers.
And so then I generally take a silk rag and, oh, don't try to run away, Missy, and gently brush her with it, basically, across her back, and it gets her feathers shiny and looks like the silk cloth after a little while of doing it. And anything else? Oh, and I use almond oil for their combs. And I use a Q-tip to apply it, and you can get that like at an H-E-B. At most stores, like a grocery store, you can get almond oil, generally in the lotion aisle. And would you mind holding her? All I do is I spray the tip of the Q-tip with the, oh, it's slippery, with the almond oil, and then I roll it around in it, and then I take it and directly apply it to their comb. And generally it gets all the white spots and dry areas off. And you want to be careful, very careful to keep it out of their eyes, because that can permanently injure them.
And also, what I do is with my big roosters, like big Rhode Island Red Roosters and such, with the big 2-inch comb and stuff, what I do is also, you probably don't want to use it on the little birds with the little combs, but is put Vaseline on that. But the reason you don't do it with the little birds is their comb is a lot closer to their eye, and the Vaseline, you really do not want to get that on their eye. So you make sure that you use Vaseline on big combs and wattles.
And, yeah, and the Vaseline or any other petroleum oils are dangerous to their eyes. And you want to make sure, even though the soap says no tears, you definitely do not want to get that in their eyes or face. Okay, anything else?
I don't think so.
Thank you for watching our video. Hope you enjoy it.